Hello children, welcome back to our English class. Today we shall continue and conclude the lesson Adventures in a Banyan Tree. We stopped the previous class where we saw the mongoose and cobra face to face ready for a fight. Let us see what happens between them, who wins the fight and how. In a clearing beneath the tree, in bright sunshine, they came face to face. Cobra knew only too well that the grey mongoose, 3 feet long, was a superb fighter, clever and aggressive. The meaning for word aggressive is likely to fight. ആക്രമിക്കുവാനിടയുള്ള. But the cobra was skillful and experienced fighter too. He could move swiftly and strike with the speed of light, and the sacs behind his long, sharp fangs were full of deadly venom. The meaning for the word swiftly means suddenly. Strike, കൊത്തുക. ഷാർപ്പ് ഫാങ്സ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ നീണ്ട വിഷപ്പല്ല. വെനം അറിയാമല്ലോ, പോയിസൺ. It was to be a battle of champions. Hissing defiance എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടാണ് open refusal to obey. His forked tongue darting in and out, the cobra raised 3 of his 6 feet off the ground and spread his broad, spectacled hood. The mongoose bushed his tail, the long hair on his spine stood up. In the past, the very thickness of his hair had saved him from bites that could have been fatal to others. Children, this section tells us that in an open space, both the fighters are facing each other. Both champions with their own advantages and resources. The mongoose was ready with his bushed tail and long hair that covered and saved his body. On the other side, the cobra with all the poison lifted half of his body from the ground to strike down like a lightning. Though the combatants were unaware of my presence in the banyan tree, they soon became aware of the arrival of 2 other spectators. Combatants, its meaning is fighters, and spectators, we can say eyewitnesses. ദൃക്സാക്ഷികൾ അല്ലെ കാണികൾ എന്നൊക്കെ പറയാം. One was a myna and the other a jungle crow. They had seen these preparations for battle and had settled on the cactus to watch the outcome. Had they been content only to watch, all would have been well with both of them. The cobra stood on the defensive, swaying slowly from side to side, trying to mesmerize the mongoose into marking a false move. Mesmerize means hypnotize. But the mongoose knew the power of his opponent's glassy, unwinking eyes and refused to meet them. Instead, he fixed his gaze at a point just below the cobra's hood and opened the attack. Moving forward quickly until he was just within the cobra's reach, he made a feint to one side. Feint means a false attack. Immediately the cobra struck. His great hood came down so swiftly that I thought nothing could save the mongoose. But the little fellow jumped neatly to one side and darted in as swiftly as the cobra. Darted means leaped or dashed, biting the snake on the back and darting away again out of reach. It means the cobra waited for the mongoose to make the first move and was staring at it, but the mongoose knew it very well and did not look into the eyes of the cobra. It looked below the hood, like a boxer who moves to one side, making the opponent to believe he will attack that side. The mongoose moved to one side, the cobra attacked that direction. The mongoose jumped to the other side, moved fast and bit the cobra from the back and moved away. The moment the cobra struck, the crow and the myna hurled themselves at him. Hurled means throw themselves, only to collide heavily in midair. Shrieking at each other, they returned to the cactus plant. A few drops of blood glistened on the cobra's back. Glistened, it means chora podikya. The cobra struck again and missed. Again the mongoose sprang aside, jumped in and bit. Again the birds dived at the snake, bumped into each other instead. Bumped means hit each other. And returned shrieking to the safety of the cactus. The third round followed the same course as the first, but with one dramatic difference. The crow and the myna, still determined to take part in the proceedings, dived at the cobra, but this time they missed each other as well as their mark. The myna flew on and reached its perch, but the crow tried to pull up in mid-air and turned back. In the second that it took him to do this, the cobra whipped his head back and struck with great force, his snout thudding against the crow's body. The birds were interested to join the fight. The same steps of fight kept repeating. Mongoose moving to one side, cobra hitting, mongoose again jumping and biting from the back. Each time the cobra hit, the birds jumped at it to attack it, but collided against each other in air, making sounds as if shouting at each other. They went back to their position. One such time, the birds did not hit each other and also did not hit the cobra. The myna went on flying, but the crow tried to turn back. By that time, the cobra was returning after hitting the ground. On the way back, it hit the crow. I saw the bird flung nearly 20 feet across the garden, where, after fluttering about for a while, it lay still. The myna remained on the cactus plant, very wisely refrained from interfering again. Fluttering എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താണ് ഇവിടെ? ചിറകിട്ടടിക്കുക. Refrained, it means stopped trying to attack cobra. The cobra was weakening, and the mongoose, walking fearlessly up to it, raised himself on his short legs and with lightning snap had the big snake by the snout. The cobra writhed and lashed about in a frightening manner. Writhed, it means pidaiga, twisted its body in pain. Okay. Lashed about in a frightening manner, and even coiled itself about the mongoose, but all to no avail. But all in vain. The little fellow hung grimly on until the snake had ceased to struggle. Ceased means stopped. He then smelt along its quivering length, and gripping it round the hood, dragged it into the bushes. The myna dropped cautiously to the ground, hopped about, peered into the bushes from a safe distance, and then, with a shrill cry of congratulation, flew away. Peered means stared. Quivering length, what is its meaning? Means vibrate with slight rapid motion. Okay. When I had also made a cautious descent from the tree and returned to the house, descent, മരത്തെ നിറങ്ങുക, climbing down from the tree, I told grandfather of the fight I had seen. He was pleased that the mongoose had won. He had encouraged it to live in the garden to keep away the snakes, and fed it regularly with scraps from the kitchen. Scraps means left out food, ബാക്കി വന്ന ഭക്ഷണം. He had never tried taming it, but because wild mongoose was more useful than a domesticated one. Now we have reached the climax of the fight. The hit taken by the crow threw it off balance far away. It was injured. The myna took lesson from that and stopped interfering. The cobra and mongoose went on fighting. The cobra had taken enough bites from the mongoose, was now weak. The mongoose took advantage and bit it hard. The cobra coiled, wriggled, and at last stopped moving. The mongoose inspected, made it sure it is dead, caught it by its neck and took it inside the bushes. Now we can see that the only spectator, the myna, he congratulated the mongoose and it flew away. Now, children, where is the author? The boy is sitting. He is on the top of the banyan tree, isn't? Author also came down from the tree. He told the story to his grandfather, who was happy that the cobra is dead. Grandfather used to encourage the mongoose by feeding it so that it would keep out the snakes from his garden. He did not tame it, as domesticated ones would not be helpful against snakes. From the banyan tree, I often saw the mongoose patrolling the four corners of the garden, and once I saw him with an egg in his mouth and knew he had been in the poultry house. Patrolling means supervising. Poultry house ഏതാണ്? പക്ഷികളുടെ ഹെൻസും ഡക്കും ഒക്കെ പക്ഷികൾ അതിനെല്ലാം ഇന്ന് കൂടെ. He had been in the poultry house, but he hadn't harmed the birds. I knew grandmother would forgive him for stealing as long as he kept the snakes away from the house. The banyan tree was also the setting for what we were to call the strange case of the grey squirrel and the white rat. The white rat was grandfather's. He had bought it from the bazaar for 4 annas. But I would often take it with me into the roots and branches of the old tree, banyan tree, where it soon struck up a friendship with one of the squirrels. They would go off together on little excursions among the branches. Go off means go away. Little excursions, here it means short trips. Children, the winner of the fight, our dear little mongoose, was a usual visitor to the author's house. It would come to steal eggs. Author believed that his grandma would not be upset because it in turn helped them to keep away the snakes. In the last part of this story, there is a twist to the proceedings. First, we saw a death at the beginning, isn't it? Now we see an unusual friendship developing on the banyan tree between grandfather's pet white rat and author's friend, that little squirrel. Grandfather had bought for 4 annas. That is 25 paise, that white rat. Annas are the old form of currency. Annas കേട്ടിട്ടുണ്ടോ? അണ ഇന്നില്ല, പണ്ടത്തെ കാലത്തുണ്ടായിരുന്ന. Annas are the old form of currency. The new friends enjoyed their outings on the banyan tree. Then the squirrel started building a nest. At first, she tried building it in my pockets, and when I went indoors and changed my clothes, I would find straw and grass falling out. Indoors means inside the house. Then one day, grandmother's knitting was missing. Knitting എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എന്താ? തയ്യൽ സാധനം എന്നൊക്കെ പറയാം. തുന്നൽ സാധനങ്ങൾ, all the knitting materials. Okay. We hunted for it everywhere, but without success. Next day, I saw something glinting in the hole in the banyan tree. Glinting means glittering. തിളങ്ങുക എന്നൊക്കെ പറയാം. Going up to investigate, I saw that it was the end of grandmother's steel knitting needle. On looking further, I discovered that the hole was crammed with knitting. Crammed means കുത്തി നിറയ്ക്കുക, too full നിറയ, അല്ലെ തിക്കി നിറച്ചിരിക്കുക എന്നൊക്കെ ആണ് അതിൻ്റെ അർത്ഥം. And amongst the wool were 3 baby squirrels, all of them white. Grandfather had never seen white squirrels before, and we gazed at them in wonder. We were puzzled for some time. Puzzled means confused. But when I mentioned the white rat's frequent visits to the tree, frequent means often, തുടർച്ചയായിട്ടുള്ള, to the tree, grandfather told me that the rat must be the father. Rats and squirrels were related to each other, he said, and so it was quite possible for them to have offspring. In this case, white squirrels. Offspring എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ young ones, കുഞ്ഞുങ്ങൾ. Students, throughout the lesson, we can see a lot of things explained by author without actually mentioning it. പറയാതെ പറയുക, കവി ഉദ്ദേശിച്ചത് എന്നൊക്കെ നമുക്ക് പറയാം. In this last section, I will just give you an idea of it, so that next time you read the lesson, you can know it and enjoy the story better. Okay? You remember in the previous episodes how the squirrel used to get inside author's pocket. It's now trying to build a nest there. The author, without mentioning it, is trying to tell us that the friendship is still strong and the squirrel still feels safe with the author. You know, English ladies sit near the fireplace making sweater for winter with wool. നമ്മൾ ഈ ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് മൂവിയിലൊക്കെ കണ്ടിട്ടില്ല, എപ്പോഴും അമ്മച്ചിമാരൊക്കെ ഇങ്ങനെ ഫയർ മുമ്പിൽ ഫയർ പ്ലേസിന് മുമ്പിലൊക്കെ ഇരുന്ന് സ്വെറ്റേഴ്സ് ഉണ്ടാക്കിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അതേ ആ ഒരു പിക്ചർ തന്നെയാണ് ഇവിടെയും കൊണ്ടുവരുന്നത്. ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് knitting. One day, the grandma's knitting needle found missing. Later, the author finds it in a hole in the tree. What does this tell you? This shows that the members in the family were friendly with the animals, birds, plants, flowers, etc., to a level that these animals even came inside the house quite freely. After finding the needle in the hole, the author investigated and found baby squirrels lying comfortably in grandma's knitting stuffed inside the hole. Do you remember the author telling us that the banyan tree was his domain as grandpa couldn't climb it? Do you remember that? Now you see that he has also gone to see the baby squirrels. He sees the white baby squirrels and realizes that they are the mixture of white rat and grey squirrel. That is to say, a birth of a new beginning. Wasn't that a nice ending? It feels like the ending of some movies where they show a small indication to part 2, a new beginning, a new story. That brings us to the end of the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. Go through the lesson well, note the new vocabulary, complete the exercises given in the text and write them in your notebooks. Prepare well for the test paper based on this lesson. The date will be announced. Thank you.